Monsters on YouTube. You can subscribe to it, be a part of it. Ryan talks with you during the break sometimes. Amber Nova will show you how to play Wordle.
That's right, guys. I got your back.
All that's happening at Real Radio Monsters on YouTube. Welcome back to the Monsters. I'm Russ Rollins, along with Angel and Ryan, Amber Nova, and we have a special guest here today. We've got Matt Morgan, not related to the law firm. This is like big Matt Morgan. I thought it was like mayor of Longwood, but it's not mayor. It's
Commissioner.
Yes,
sir.
But it sounds like kind of the same responsibilities.
Yeah, so, God, I got elected in 2017, re-elected in 20, and re-elected this past November 2024, actually a year ago now.
Yeah.
We have 4-year terms, and we generally try to rotate the mayoralship each year.
Yeah.
And so I think I've had 3 times, we're 5 equal parts in what we do in the city of Longwood, which I think is a good thing.
So you've been in politics now for 8 years.
Isn't that wild?
And listen, let's be honest. There were people that thought, oh, he's a big, dumb wrestler. He's not going to be able to do this.
Correct.
And you have proven to them that you know what you're doing. And you've from what I hear, and I tell you straight, you've been doing a great job, and you're well respected. Matter of fact, you're so well respected that you're coming in to promote something for a completely different city.
Yeah.
And let's get that out of the way, because I have some thoughts I want to shoot at you. But you're here to promote something that's going on in Apopka.
Yes. And
you're hosting something to help some firefighters, right?
Yes, sir. So this upcoming November 8th, City of Apopka, the Apopka Fire Department, and the Apopka Professional Firefighters Local 5293, proudly hosting the quote-unquote Fill the Boot truck pull in downtown Apopka.
Okay.
From 4 to 9 p.m. on 5th Street in downtown Apopka. And Fill the Boot, the pun intended is for P-H-I-L, Phil, for a firefighter that had gotten hurt and is down on his luck at the moment and needs to pay these bills. His name is Phil Farrow.
Okay.
The guy's a hero. And this is an opportunity to do a fundraiser to help his family out. And they're going to have, a coveted fasted pull challenge trophy awarded to whatever team can pull the truck fastest in the fastest amount of time. And again, it's going to be this upcoming Saturday, November 8th, 4 to 9 p.m. on 5th Street in downtown Apopka.
Now, I think it's awesome that you're doing it, and you're hosting it this week. Just to be honest and true to disclosure, I had gotten the information about this. I'm like, oh, it's a fundraising. We're doing so many other fun. And then they said, oh, well, Matt Morgan's going to be involved. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I've got a lot of interesting things I could talk to him about, and he can promote his thing. So you can call it a little bit of celebrity, you can call it whatever, but your wrestling background, like in this situation, how many ways has it helped you to be being a public figure like that in politics?
Great question. To get eyeballs on important things that not just that I'm passionate about, but look at this case. This is a completely different city that needs attention and eyeballs on a very important issue. And that wrestling background, the American Gladiator background, the social media stuff, all of that following I have is great to get eyeballs on important things that residents in our city of Longwood want to see get done, number one.
Right.
And number two, in other cities, like in this case, for important things that people really need help with, because that's your job at the end of the day as a public servant.
Right.
I don't even call it a politician. Public servant's the right word if you're doing this job the right way.
Yeah, and you've been doing it now for 8 years.
It's wild.
Yeah, that is crazy. And it's something else I thought about as soon as you walked in, because I know I met you like 8 years ago, and I remember he's sort of big. But when you walk in, it's like you're this huge dude. And I will say this: I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I liked it when professional wrestlers were big.
Me too.
I liked it when I don't like CM Punk as the world champion. Like all these small guys in wrestling to me don't really that's not impressive. When they're huge like you're like, oh my God, this dude is a big. Why is it wrestling has turned to so many small guys, that they're putting them over, and a big guy like yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like
the big guy hate over here.
No, it's not like big guy hate. The big guys
be like, small guys aren't cool.
No, but the big guys are the ones that are impressive in the ring. You're like, oh my God, look at these two, monsters going at each other. What has happened?
So I think the business has gone in a completely different direction, where it's now about the acrobatic component and the athleticism and what we call high spots in pro wrestling, where guys are doing crazy flips and things that I know I sure as heck could never do.
Right.
But I didn't have to do it, because what you just said earlier rings true. I still think it rings true to this day. I just don't see it as much anymore, which is I want to see a guy on television that looks like he could kick my butt in a real fight.
Yeah.
I want to see that guy.
Right.
And unfortunately, you don't see a lot of that in today's business, but they're super athletic in their defense, but I'd also argue they have a hard time getting on roller coasters, but I'll digress.
Yeah, but when we were kids and stuff, when we were younger, it was the Hulk Hogan's,
Ultimate
it was
Warriors.
the ultimate, like, oh my God, I would not want to be in the ring with that guy.
No.
Now it's like CM Punk, I think I could take him. Like, I ain't scared of him. He's too small.
Andre the Giant, right?
Oh, you could, yeah.
Big John Studd, these guys are huge.
Yeah. Who did you, when you were growing up, who was it that you?
Andre.
He was your guy.
Andre, yeah. My dad's guy was Bruno, but when I was introduced to Andre as like a 5-year-old, I was bananas for him.
How did you take on the whole thing? Oh, he's a wrestler. He must be a dum-dum. Like how did you handle that? Getting into politics.
Give me a microphone and let me rip and talk about the things that these residents care about, because everything I'm talking about, if I'm doing this job right, is being their megaphone, their conduit.
Yeah.
The things they want to see get done. I can get up here and talk as much smack as I want, the things I want to see get done, but that's not your job. Your job is to do what they want you to do for the city. And that's what I've done. Created autism walks, 7-foot Santa, Ryder Park. Me and our other commissioners done a really good job in Longwood.
Hey, as we all know, politics are very divisive these days, in national politics, and maybe local. I don't know. Like, I haven't heard anything about you one way or the other.
Cool.
I don't know if you're Republican or Democrat. I have no idea. I just know when I hear about you, I hear positive things. Do you think about that, like who you align yourself with, because people are going to judge you when you're in local politics? Is that something that you stay away from, or you're like, oh no, I'm going with this guy because he's the popular one now? Like, how do you decide what you're going to let people know who you align with?
That at the end of the day, if you're in small town city politics like I am, small government, less government intervention, things like that, those are my core beliefs. But at the same time, the pothole in the streetlight does not give a rat's you know what. If you're Republican or you're a Democrat, if you're conservative or you're liberal, it doesn't care. It wants to get repaired.
Right.
That's all it wants at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on in that regard. And that's why I do think I like small city politics better, because it doesn't matter. It's not so partisan driven. It's just results.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I'll just speak for myself. I find it sad where we are right now. It's so divisive. People can't even talk. You can't even, some people won't be friends with someone who's on the other side of the aisle or whatever. Does that sadden you?
Yes, it definitely saddens me, because less talk is not a good thing.
Yeah.
Scared to talk to somebody because of publicly what it may look like to others that are in your party, and like, oh my God, I can't believe you spoke to somebody on the opposite of the aisle.
Yeah.
We need more of that, because that's how you get things accomplished.
Right.
Instead of what you see in big government right now,
right,
where nonstop stuff keeps getting stopped. Look where we are right now with a government shutdown right now.
This is ridiculous.
Right?
Yeah,
So
we have listeners right now, listeners who aren't getting paid, and because, the two sides are fighting out and no one wants to come to sit down and talk about it. Yes. And it's absolutely ridiculous. Yes. Here's another question I have for you. Okay. So when you're doing as well as you are, right, it's got to be hard not to get a little more, hey, a little bit of power. Like, got a little power. Maybe I'll move on to something else. Maybe I'll be governor one day. Like, does that whole thing? Does the power and does the I don't know.
I don't think power is the right word.
Is there another word?
It's not, because at the end of the day, you're employed by, in our city, 16,000, 18,000 residents.
Well, the ambition, that's the word I get. Do you get more ambitious? Like, okay, this is Longwood. I think I can handle all of Orlando. Then you know what? I can handle the state of Florida. I see what you're saying. Does the ambition then start to go in your mind, and like more popularity, more, I don't know. Does that enter your mind?
No, because if I think I can help more people, don't get me wrong, I would love to, but you can't look at things like that until, that's one thing I've learned. You can't look ahead until you've gotten accomplished the things you want to continue to get accomplished in your current role. I think that's a problem in politics in general, is that as soon as somebody's in, they're already looking too far in the future. Can you tell the people that are just in it for the power?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, and when I hear that word, though, everyone assumes power and power. I don't see the power making $945 after taxes a month.
Right. Yeah. Power's not the right.
Do you know what I mean?
Just the ambitious. But
most people don't know that.
Yeah.
Most elected officials, even those public information, they don't share that information. Right. I lead with that because I want everybody to know.
You're not making a lot of money.
You're doing this because you are who you say you are. You want to affect positive change in your community and help lift my city, the small city in Seminole County, up to be featured, to have everybody want to come to our city, which they are now, thanks to our opening of Ryder Park some years back now.
Yeah.
We're a draw now in Longwood, and I'm very, very proud to have been a part of that with my fellow commissioners.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
proud.
So when you have a job and it doesn't pay a whole lot, do you have
Great question.
another
Yes.
job? Do you do
Yeah,
something
so
else?
my other jobs, I'm a senior community outreach coordinator for Orlando Recovery Center
Yeah.
and the Recovery Village. I get people, I'm a 19 and a half year recovered opioid addict. I was
Okay.
a functioning addict my first few years with WWE.
Right.
I was able to get my life together, got sober. I'm very proud. That's my proudest achievement, quite frankly.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah. So long story short, I help get people into treatment. Senior community outreach coordinator is a fancy term for it. I get people into treatment every day, and I love doing it. I really do.
So you're the kind of politician that people could respect, like, okay, doing it for the right reasons, and not all the other trappings. And then you also do something else that's still helping the community. Why do you think you fell that way, and so many other? And I know a lot of other guys that have wrestled in WWE and stuff. They don't go that way. They go further down, and have not many. My good friend Mark Marrow has turned his life around, and he does the positive stuff, and he's great at it. And Diamond Dallas Page is another one. I know you know these guys, but a lot of other wrestlers, they don't. What do you think is the difference that makes you go the way of wanting to help others?
Getting my life back. I not on purpose. I had overdosed 7 times by increasing my painkillers.
7 times.
I just keep chasing that high. And again, as a functioning addict, made it harder to want to stop it.
Right.
So good rationalization. I'm making great money wrestling on pay-per-views and things like that, living out my childhood dream, being a WWE wrestler at the time. And I don't want to mess that up due to injury. So it's a quick rationalization to keep using these pills, and I'd keep increasing it where eventually I end up overdosing.
How many matches would you wrestle a week back in the day? 4.
At least 4.
4. And people don't understand. I know people are like, oh, it's fake or whatever. Hitting the mat is real. The things that you do are, that stuff really does hurt. Whether it's predetermined or not, it's real. What injury did you have?
Lower back, had back spasms, and didn't want to miss. I was about to be called up to SmackDown at the time, and I did not want to miss that opportunity.
Was it because of your finishing move?
Great question. I did it on Big Show once, which did not help it. Vince McMahon was the owner at the time. He made me switch my finisher for some stupid reason to an F5, where I picked the guy up on a fireman's carry on my shoulder, spin him out, and I had to do that to Big Show multiple times. Even on
and for those listeners that don't know, a lot of our listeners are, how much does the Big Show weigh?
550.
550. So you would have to pick up the Big Show and then spin him around and then do like a DDT, right?
It just land him forward on his front, but. And he would help me do it, don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But still, it would take its toll. And let me be clear. My injury started before that, though. It got worse with that. And then after that, it kept getting worse. But my point is you asked the question earlier, why do others don't? It's because, again, I'm blessed to be, I shouldn't be here on this planet. I should be dead, right?
Right.
So I've been playing with house money is the way I look at it from the Lord, letting me be here. And my job is to take advantage and use anything I can, whether it's my wrestling background, being a former American gladiator, the beast on that show, or what I'm doing now. It's all a blessing, and my job is to pay it forward and help other people, because he kept me here for this reason, in my opinion.
Some of it to do with your faith?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Yeah. Interesting story. Very, very interesting. The reason I asked you about the finishing move because Teal Piper was Rowdy Piper's daughter was in here yesterday, and we were talking about finishing moves, and she's like, yeah, my dad, Rowdy Piper, was so glad his finishing move was a sleeper because Hulk Hogan's was the
leg drop,
the big leg drop, and his back was
that hurt my back too doing it.
Is that what it was?
That hurt mine too. I used to set the guy up on the outside of the ring like Undertaker used to do, with his bottom his head out right below the bottom rope, and we walk on the outside of the apron and do that leg drop across the neck.
And people don't understand that hurt. It still
Hulk
hurt.
did that like
stiff,
double shots. Hulk Hogan used to do double shots. Like I was complaining about 4 to 5 days a week. They would do sometimes, I'm exaggerating. Him and Ric Flair don't exaggerate when they say twice on Saturdays, twice on Sundays.
Right.
They really did.
Because they were bringing in money.
And Hulk's doing that leg drop landing on his butt.
Yeah.
And that 90-degree compaction.
So when you're in WWE and the first time someone offers you or say, hey, take this pain meds, it'll help you.
Yeah.
You probably think nothing about it, right? But you got to know that other guys were hooked on them at some time.
Not yet, I didn't.
You didn't?
This is 2002.
Yeah.
So no, not yet. A lot of the guys had them, but I don't think any of us saw it as a problem yet because we weren't starting to see the crazy amount of wrestling deaths that were about to come.
Right.
And they hit it really hard at one point there in the mid, I'd say, I don't know, 2005, 6, 7, 8-ish.
And nobody was talking about CTE back then, were they?
Oh Lord, no,
No,
definitely not.
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
and that, I mean, after his name just escaped my head, but the guy that his thing was the headbutt, Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
I mean, that was I don't know what you think, but it seems like that was a direct result from CTE.
So
The murders and all that stuff.
Christopher Nowinski, that has it's not called Sports Legacy Institute anymore. So I think it's a different name. Sorry, Chris, for brain farting on it. But
he teaches the concussion seminars at all the major companies. I've actually participated in one of his, so I know what you're talking about.
And so when I die, my brain's being donated to that, because I've had 20 concussions legitimately.
Wow.
And they only started keeping tabs on it in 2008.
Huh.
That's when wrestling started, at least TNA at the time was doing it, keeping track of your concussion. So I started in 2002.
Yeah.
And as of 2008 through 2014, I had 20, because it's so simple to get another one once you've had some.
Once you've had
ones.
it, yeah.
Yes.
Hey, do you miss it? Do you miss being a professional wrestler?
Yes and no. I miss the fans.
Yeah.
I miss the adrenaline. But I have other ways that I feel that now. The high I get is, and this sounds so cheesy, but it's the truth.
I believe
getting somebody into treatment, and knowing I'm a part of that life-saving process.
Yeah.
I know it may sound arrogant, but I love it. I'm very addicted to that.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's a high in itself. When I get a call from them 6 to 8 months later telling me that they're back at work, they're feeling good. Guy, just former NFL player I'm talking to right now and got help for. He, just texted me last night. He just got his 1 month coin at AA, and I was really, really proud of him. But those moments, that's a high.
Man, Matt Morgan, thank you for coming in, buddy. I really do appreciate it. If you ever need anything, I mean, we're here. You're welcome to come in and
we got to start plugging the city of Longwood, aka Strongwood.
There you go.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, of course. And you will be you're helping a Popka this week. It's very nice of you, because and listen, when I said it earlier and people were coming at me, I saw that, you wouldn't help a Popka. There are so many people that always come at me for all kinds of promotional stuff, for all kinds of fundraisers. We just couldn't do them all.
And Russ hates a Popka now.
No, we couldn't do them all, but because you were involved, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, Matt could come in, because we have to have some entertainment value when we do, a radio show. But I appreciate you coming in. Thank you for going out to a Popka to help the firefighter. It's Fill the Boot.
Yes.
It's this Saturday.
Yep.
And what time?
4 to 9 p.m.